Hey all you rusty freaks, I'm sorry I don't have much time, so I'll just do a quickie tips. Now a lot of people don't use electricity for multiple reasons. Some people just don't know how to use it, some think it's a hassle, some people just haven't bothered. So rather than do electricity tutorials, which I'm sure there's, well, I know there's loads of on YouTube, I'm just going to show you a couple of things that even if you don't like using electricity, you might like to use because they don't technically require electricity. There might be more than these, but as far as I know, there's only two items, and that's this button and this thing here, which is like a trigger pad when you walk on it. Now, oddly enough, neither of these require electricity. They sort of provide their own little burst of electricity, just enough to do a minor task. And just in case you didn't know, aside from just placing them down and walking on them to do something, they also work if you place them like this, and then if someone crouches underneath, their head triggers it. So I'm sure, because like let's say you put down carpet or a sleeping bag or something on the ground and the door's open, people might suspect, oh, it's a trap because look, there's something there, you know, I'm a bit sus. Why is this door open? Yeah, I'm not. But if they come to a base like this where there's clearly nothing on the floor, they might not think twice about walking through it, and bang, they've been caught. Anyway, I'm sure you can come up with much better ideas than what I've done there, but it just goes to show you that with a simple little door controller, you just put power from the pressure pad to the door controller, you pair the door controller to the door, and then when someone crouches, they activate it. And just to show you how easy it is, you saw me place this down. You just put power out to the door controller. Okay. Power out to the door controller. Now to pair a door controller, you click on it. The door must be unlocked. There, when it goes green, it means it's paired to the nearest door, which happens to be this one in this case. And you can lock the door again. So now when we walk on that, it will trigger it. This button works in the same way. It doesn't need power of its own. We could just find the power out, hook it up to this, and guess what? Now, this is a great thing to do in your base if you've got some sort of awkward setup, or if you want it for your front door, so you can just press it, run out, get into the fight, and not have to worry about, you know, closing the door behind you. It's like an auto closing door, which is just as simple as a button and the door controller. I used to have a base where it was really awkward to get to the TC because I had boxes all through there, so it was really hard to reach the door to close it. So I just installed one of these buttons because it'll always end up closing the door. Alright peeps, I hope that's helped you a bit, giving you a couple of Rust luxuries that you might not have thought of, because you don't need batteries, you don't need solar panels, you don't need windmills. You just literally use the pad to give a little bit of electricity to, you know, operate something. It doesn't have to be doors. I mean, let's say you want to launch some fireworks. Well, anyway, just pretend, okay? Okay, an igniter. You can place these anywhere, like outside your base or on your roof or something. So you place the igniter, and then you place the fireworks all around it. And then if you hook this up to the igniter. When you press it, see how it sparked? Takes a moment to reset, but press and there it sparks. That will literally set off your fireworks. So, you know, just something fun. You might be inside your base looking out at people, talking to them through a window, and just press the button and the fireworks will go off. Ah, here's another item that doesn't require electricity, oddly enough. So if you put a camera, you just need to press E to give it an identifier. Identifier can be anything, any name you chose. I called it trap. And if you have a build hammer, you can press E. Don't hold E or it'll pick it up, but just press E, and then whatever direction you're facing is the direction it'll face in. Actually, I'll quickly show you. See that? So wherever you're standing, when you press E, it'll face you. Just want it to face this way. Unfortunately, the CCTV camera does require power, so I've just put a generator and hooked that up, because I assume you guys, if you are doing electrical stuff, you know that you need a solar panel or a windmill to provide power. So once you sit in this chair, in the bottom left corner you'll see, and you need to put identifier. We called ours trap. I don't know if it's case sensitive, but we'll just do it like that. And then bingo, there you have it. So we can see our front door now. So perhaps if we're doing a trap based thing, that camera can help. But while the table itself doesn't require power and you don't need to hook the table up to the camera, you do need to provide power to the camera. Hey, speaking of traps, if you ever want a very simple but effective trap and want to make it as cheap as possible, just build some triangles. Put a wall there, a wall there. Put a door here facing inwards. Sure, why not? And could have another triangle for the TC, or just place it here. So at the end of the corridor, you place a box. So when they come in, they can't see that it's got a code lock on it. Okay, so some gimp comes into your base, tries to open it, it goes beep 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 because it's got a lock on it. You, meanwhile, are hiding on the other side. You're hiding here, and see how the door's poking through the wall? You close the door because you know they're here. You know they're here at the box. And then whatever you do around this corner is up to you. You could have another door here, which perhaps when it opens up, there's a shotgun traps here, or you know, whatever you want. It doesn't matter because you've already got them trapped inside your base. Does that make sense? I mean, even this is bigger than it needs to be. You could have it even smaller than this, but this, you know, kind of allows for you to place several doors between yourself and your TC. Gives you room for storage boxes to store all the loot. But it's as simple as that. No electronics, nothing, just using yourself while you're hiding here. And then when you hear the beep beep beep, just close it. The person will be trapped in this section. Okay, another little bonus tip. Anyone else really annoyed in Rust how this is how a TC you would normally think it would be placed, with the front facing towards you, but we all know that if you do that, you can't fit a box lengthwise. And you think, I've always thought, you know, 4+ years of playing Rust, I've always thought, why is it just that little bit too big? So what all of us end up doing is placing the TC this way round. Well, guess what? You can do it. And that's thanks to, oh no, I've forgotten who it was. I think it was Gabe. If it's not Gabe, maybe it was Jafar. I think it was Gabe. Anyway, whoever it was, thanks. And so it's not my tip. I didn't discover this. But So what we want to do is grab your build hammer, turn the walls around so that they're the hard side facing inwards. Then you first place your box, and the other trick to line these up perfectly with the back wall is to pull it away. See how it disappears through the wall? You don't want there to be an angle like that. You want it to all appear at the same time. Oh, sorry, this has to be stone. Look at that. You turn these back around. And now you've done what you've always wanted to do in Rust, which is have them next to each other like that. If you're really brand new to Rust, let me just put another foundation there. You know how people put make little shelves. You got to create sockets on this wall so you can place a shelf. You build something outside, that creates the sockets here. So then you can place more boxes on top of there. Again, this isn't my tip. It's one of those guys that brings out new tip and exploit videos almost daily. Someone like Gabe. Sorry, because I don't remember. But yeah, you can put ladders all over the place. You can place your own ladders on cargo. If you got this far, thanks so much. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. It helps me out heaps. Ciao. Hey, everyone gets caught out. Sometimes you forget to bring vital stuff to that raid, or you even go out roaming and you've left something really important behind. Well, here's something that can stop that. If you're like me, you always have a mug on your desk. If you have one of these, you'd never forget anything. Boom. Go to the description. It's the Teesprings link. The merch one. Cheers. Hey, you rusty freaks. Freak, 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 freak. Freak, 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 freak. Freak, 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 freak.
Hi, Paxus. Can you not raid my base?
Freak, 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 freak. Freak, 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 freak.